see, the brain is a complex thing. We live our lives, and through the course of that, trauma happens, dysfunction happens, hurt, loss. All these things, neural pathways are formed in your brain, literally. They are like tunnels, and with every trauma, they are reinforced. The doubts were flooding in, and all I could think was no, I couldn't do this. I cannot do this. I didn't take hold of those thoughts because I was letting my past triggers overtake me. Ephesians 6:12. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of the age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in heavenly places. Exactly. But I was still in my feelings, following. I needed to reach out to someone that could speak life to me, to help center me. I did not choose that. Instead, all I could think was of how I had to do this on my own, that no one was going to help me through this. I had no time for feeling anything about it. My feelings about it didn't matter. My triggers didn't matter. Processing what was going on didn't even matter. I thought, I'm not procrastinating. I thought, I'm just procrastinating. Procrastinating is a response to trauma. You are in fight or flight mode, and you simply freeze. You shut down, you numb, you use your drug of choice. My drug of choice in the past was always endlessly streaming shows and movies, because that's harmless, right? The shows I was watching weren't bad shows, but it was numbing to escape. I had to make a clear distinction between procrastinating and waiting on the Lord. Because in the waiting, time was closing in, and I let the familiar thoughts of doubt creep in. All it took was one thought, not surrendered, and down the rabbit hole I went. And it hit me. Pride had set in. With one thought unsurrendered is all it took. I had forgotten that this was His show, not mine. This is not about me, even though I didn't have the attitude of I've got it all together and I've got this in the bag. Pride was still there. When I realized I needed to humble myself and reach out to help process for a little bit, and there was no shame in that. Something beautiful and powerful happened. My nervous system calmed, and I was safe and able to think more clearly. I could breathe. I was trying to do it in my own strength. What we fail to admit to ourselves sometimes is that being strong and we can do it on our own is pride. God made us to need one another. God made us to need Him and to bring everything to Him. Philippians 4:6 and 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. When I was able to take hold of those thoughts and see them for what they were, I was free. The freedom was always there. I had to choose to step out of the familiar and choose a new way, a new thought process, one that leads to life. I thought back about the whole process that I went through, and I had done it the right way. My heart was willing, I was open to God using me, and I had gotten over the initial shock and the trigger of getting asked to do it in the first place. It was in the waiting, and the waiting, and the not seeing, and the not hearing anything, and time was closing in on me, that got me. I had prayed and worshipped until I was tired. Matthew 7:7 and 8. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open for you. For everyone who seeks Yeah, for everyone who asks, receives, to everyone who seeks, finds, and to those who knock, the door will be open. You see, in order for my ultimate prayer to be fulfilled, for God to use me and speak to you through me, I had to face the trial. I was put through the fire, and I'm here to tell you it was dark. Don't ever be so comfortable in the fact that you've learned so much and come so far to trip you up. That is the lesson. Humility. Proverbs 16:18. Pride goes before destruction. A haughty spirit before a fall. What I was also going to see is that in the pain, he was there. Through the racing thoughts, through the anxiety, through the complete help. He was gently guiding me, leading me, loving me, supporting me. I had taken my eyes off of him. Sorry, it's hard to see what he's doing. And they were on me. What you focus on is what you see. All I could see was my role in it. You could be in a similar situation, having tunnel vision about a situation. Step back, take a breath. Make sure your heart is in the right place. Pray and ask for guidance. While you are waiting, doubt will come. When it does, say out loud to the Lord, as in Mark 9:24, I do believe, help me overcome my unbelief. When you speak it out loud, you tie the hands of Satan. He no longer has a hold over you, and Satan's power is broken. It's like a gift already prepared and waiting for you. You have to make a choice to receive it. Receiving is humility. It's stepping out of the comfortable, the familiar, taking a leap of faith. Step 1, admitting to yourself you have no control. Step 2, believe that only the Lord can restore you to sanity. When you know whose you are, you can stand firmly in that without wavering, because you know who you are in Him. Our lives are meant for His glory and His glory alone. Part of that is fellowshipping with Him every day. There is a security in that. He does all the work. You have to open your spiritual eyes to be able to recovery process. About 3 years ago, I'm sorry. I had filed for divorce after being in a toxic marriage for 19 years. I had to find out why it was that I thought it was okay and accepted being treated the way that I had been. I listened to hundreds of podcasts, read books. My consistent prayer was Matthew 7:7 and 8. Ask, seek, and knock. I would not give up. I had a whole life to live ahead of me, and I had so much to give. It was not over. My life had just begun. I had all the biblical knowledge and the psychology, but my questions still remain. How does this all fit together, Lord? I continued to knock. Time passed, and time passed. And one day, Pastor Brent said that the church was about to launch a group that was a biblical-based program to help you navigate addiction, trauma, hurt, loss. And I knew that was what God had for me. I knew that was it. I had chills. I could not walk fast enough after church to sign up at the table in the foyer, and that is where I met her. I was signing up to facilitate a program to help others navigate hardships like I had gone through. The transformation that has happened is nothing short of a miracle. I signed up to help others, and through that, God was able to heal me. That is restoration. So I want to read exactly what this says. So let me get my glasses. Restoration is about replacing something broken. I'm sorry, we're not replacing something reshaping our deepest hurt, sin, and shame for His glory and for our good. This is what Encounter Recovery has done for me. To God be the